Hey everybody, I'm Andy the Kenworth Guy. Thanks for coming by the channel today. So a little different video for you here today, and the reason why is a lot of the trucks that I am expecting to get for customers, they're waiting for parts, waiting for microchips, waiting for various things to finish before we can release them. It's just kind of the nature of the business these days. I do have a truck that just showed up yesterday, but it's just not quite ready to show you guys. So today, what I want to do is talk about choosing the right paint color for your truck. This is more geared towards owner operators and how we make a good selection for the paint color. Here's kind of what we have available to us. All right, so first and foremost, picking the right paint color. Obviously, if you've seen a truck, the only way to really get the paint color off of a truck is by getting either the paint code or the serial number of the truck, and then with that you can find the paint code, because that basically will tell you exactly the color of the truck. Now, there's different ways of getting various paint codes. I have this book here. This is an old book that belonged to my dad at one point, and it is now mine. In this book, there's a whole bunch of different paint designs, but there's also paint codes with paint colors. So you can make a selection based on what you see in these books. You see a paint chart or pickup truck that has a paint code, that can be cross-referenced. Now, that is step one, choosing the paint code and the paint color. So there's various ways to get them. Another way that we can get them is off of this slide chart. Now, with this slide book here that I have, this thing opens in, the fan deck opens and closes. Now, they get scratched up pretty bad. So it's really hard to make a selection on a paint code, in my opinion, based off of this. So one of the secrets that I like to do is get an actual big chip made. Now, there's different ways of doing that. We can work with our Kenworth paint department to get that, and we can actually send that to our customer so that you can get an actual sample of the paint color to evade any sort of surprises or questions. Or you can work with your local body shop, and most of these body shops will mix up and do a spray bomb on a paint color for you as well. But if you want to get the factory one, we can get that. So whenever I am ordering a truck that needs a custom paint design, I will get, a lot of times, I'll get an actual paint chip created, and then show that to the customer, or get two created and send a copy of that to the customer. So like the truck in the background here, shown in that picture is called Viper Red. I have a picture or a paint chip of that exact paint color, and there it is right there. So I get that paint chip created. I have the paint code on the back. If we're doing a frame paint, make sure you get the frame paint color too, because they have different paint codes for the frame than they do for the cab. So there's a little bit of information about what I like to do. So getting these paint chips is what I like to do. I collect them kind of like hockey cards. They're lots of fun to have, but it also helps in making the correct selection and not going off of a scratched up piece here. And also, when you're taking your paint chip, when you have it, look at it outside, because that's where you're going to be looking at it. Now, in paint chips, they will look different in different lighting. So in direct sunlight, you can see here this paint chip is kind of changing color depending on where the lighting is. So you got to look at that too. Pearl colored paints will be very different as opposed to solid color paint. So I'm not a paint expert, but I've seen a lot of trucks built and painted and worked through a lot of the issues that happen, and getting the actual paint chip with the correct paint code is the ideal way to making sure that your truck is spec'd right. So that's it. That's my quick tips here for this week on choosing your paint color for your truck. Thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I sure appreciate it if you did do that. You can just click the link in the bottom over here. I'd sure appreciate that. And make sure you are subscribing to be entered into our contests that we are going to be running here. Going to be doing giveaways here, I'm thinking every month here. So we'll be doing one here in the next week or two. So make sure you're subscribing to take advantage of some prizes and some giveaways that I'll be doing. So that's it for this week. We'll be bringing some trucks to you here next week and more tips and tricks on how to spec your Kenworth truck. Thanks for watching, and as always, have yourself the world's best day.